So here's an update of where I'm at with the project at the moment. As you can see, the roof is out, the engine covers off there. Most of the interior is back in. Again, just a few things are out. I've left that trim underneath the steering wheel off, just with all those wires and stuff dangling connected to the ignition, etc., so I can start the car, etc., if required, but just so I can get in there. The plan from here with the roof, because this is something that I've wanted to dive into a little bit before I start. It is so much easier to work on this thing when it's out like that. Now, that's just a big removalist blanket that I've had for years. You pull the roof out, it takes about, you get it out in 30 minutes. And it's dead simple, and it is so much easier to work on when it's like this. You can maneuver it around however you want and do whatever you like. Especially like removal of the liner was just brain dead simple compared to what it was like when I was in the car, especially with the rollover bars in place. So I would suggest doing that in the future. So a couple of things that I want to do with the roof. I've already done a video on the liner removal and the pleat cord fix. However, the pleat cord fix, when it'd be like this, is going to be so much simpler because everything's lying flat, etc. This pleat cord was completely toast. As you can see over here, it's just shredded itself. Interestingly, this car is about 16 months younger than the car I drive. And the car I drive was very early in the production run. It was April 2012 when it was built. This is August 2013, even though it's a 2014 model. And they clearly hadn't fixed this up by that stage. And in this one, this was shredding, as you can see, to the underside where this is glued to the canvas, which is the thing that pulls it into the compartment at the back and makes it fold correctly so it doesn't hit the front of the boot lid. It had completely come apart. That glue had completely come off. So I don't know why that is, but I'll need to fix that up. Other things I hadn't done, I didn't really sort of explore before with these micro switches. And so I'm going to pull all those apart, see if it's possible to fix those when they fail with a basic micro switch from a local electric store, rather than having to pay rather than having to pay hundreds from Porsche for new ones of those. But I'll dig into that, and also want to do a video on the whole canvas removal and installation. So yeah, that'll come out at some stage. Other things, once I finish with the roof, I think I'm going to dive into here a little bit more. I've done videos before on the intake manifold removal, etc., but I'm just going to dig down and see how far I can go down into there with generators and starter motors and all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to pull apart the engine or the gearbox completely because I can't remove it, because I don't have the tools to do it. You need a big platform, etc. But for the moment, I'm just going to do whatever I can, and we'll see how we go from there. If you anything specific that you want me to look at or make videos of, just put a comment below. I've had a few suggestions from people, so I've done those. Because at the moment, I mean, this is going to take, I don't know how long to sort of pull the whole car apart. And I don't really know what problems people have. So if you've got a suggestion, mate, just let me know. I'm more than happy to oblige. I've got all the underfloor panelling off, and I can shove it on the lift in a heartbeat just to lift up stuff and take photos to help people out. So just let me know what you want. Finally, what's interesting, when you get that roll bar off and it sort of sits like that, probably doesn't show up much here because I'm too close, but from a distance it looks like a 911, which is a little disappointing because I've never been a big fan of the big bulbous bum of the 911. And it's funny enough, without that roll bar there, it kind of has that a little bit as well. It's funny. Also of note, you see all around here on all these panels, let's see if I can get a bit closer to that, it shows you what the actual alloy is that they've used for it. So for example, this is the roof, and that big piece at the front here, I thought it was all aluminium, but it's mainly manganese. As it turned out, you can see the alloy that they've used there, and I can only assume that is for repairs. So when they come along and go, right, I need to fix this up for welding, etc., they know exactly what metal it is. But it's interesting to you just go around and there's all these stamps like this all over the car to let you know what it's made of. It's funny, you go around this thing with a magnet and it's hard to find something to make it stick to it. Like the screw holes and the bolts and that sort of thing, fine. And like this panel here, and the equivalent up the front, the quarter panel, is steel. But mate, next to nothing else is. It's kind of amazing. I guess that's what you pay for. Rightio, until next time.